This is Johanna Dinsdale here from Therapy. Thank you for joining me this morning. Of course, this channel is all about tips and tricks about mental health. And in the mornings, I like to catch up with the community, see how y'all are doing, just chit chat a little bit, and talk mental health. Apologies for having to push back the live about 20 minutes. I had a meeting scheduled for the morning last second, so hi David. I hope you're doing well. Sorry I had to push back the live 20 minutes. I just got a meeting scheduled, so yeah. Exciting times. Love meetings, but sad I had to push back the live. I'm doing really well. It's actually finally feeling like fall in Canada, which is different. It was very, very warm for the past month, and I dig it. I love sweater weather. I think fall is my favorite season. I don't know about you. What's your favorite season, David? So the topics and theme of today is going to be social media and how that kind of impacts our mental health, what you guys like about it, don't like about it. That's going to be the topic. And starting off, I do enjoy social media a lot of the time. I think it's so beneficial in many ways. You can get a lot of information quickly. You can communicate with people all over the world. Like I'm talking to David right now, and it's like this wouldn't be possible without social media, really. But of course, everything has its pluses and minuses. So you always have to be really on top of things to make sure that you're not increasing any mental health, such as depression and anxiety. And why does social media have this grip on us? Which is a great question. Hi. Thanks for joining the live. Yeah, so firstly, I think with social media, we often, for example, movies, we like to imagine and put ourselves in these situations, or at least that's what I do. Some people just completely blank out and use it as a form of kind of relaxation to turn your brain off. I'm like one of those people who are really annoying because I like to find like the deeper meaning in these movies and stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is clearly a reflection for society, you know. What are you guys like? Do you like to just enjoy the movie, or do you like to look for the deeper meanings? Hi Kat, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well, guys. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a good start to your day. Yeah. Have you ever felt kind of overwhelmed by social media? I think a few times when I don't actively make sure. Oh, if you make video games, probably start a unit chat. Yeah, that's a type of social media, the video games. Video games, yeah. Ooh, what? I haven't been gaming in a long, long time. Hollow Knight is pretty interesting. I watched my friends play Hollow Knight, and it looks extremely difficult. If you guys don't know, Hollow Knight is like this game where you're a little bug running around, but the game is so extremely, extremely difficult. Like Hollow Knight, you have to basically repeat the same thing over and over and over again so many times because it's so extremely difficult to finish like their puzzles basically as you're moving through the game. I guess the ending to Hollow Knight. Just saying. I guessed exactly what would happen, but no spoilers here. I won't say what happens. Yeah, the games that I really like are the Telltale games. Those games are all about, it's like those choose your own adventure books where you like are playing the game, it's like a story, and then 4 options pop up and you have to choose, and depending on what you choose to do, it affects the plot moving forward. I love those kind of games. They had like a Walking Dead one that was extremely devastating. think that's with Clementine, if anybody watched that one. There was like a fairy tale one with the big bad wolf, but it was like set in Detroit, basically. A very strange game, indeed. So yeah, I enjoy putting myself in the shoes of these people, which is why my channel is all about encouraging people to put yourself in the shoes of others, because it just builds understanding, connection with your own communities. What games do you like to play? I know Kat really enjoys Fortnite. Is there any other games you like, Kat? Tell me all about it. Yeah, what you gotta look out for is social comparison. That's the main thing that I try to look out for. You don't want to start feeling like you're not good enough because you're not at where these people are at. Which is why I feel a lot of people don't start like YouTube channels and stuff, because they start it and then they say, oh my gosh, I haven't made it yet. You know, I only get 2 viewers. Oh my gosh, this is so stressful. And it's like, guys, Rome isn't made overnight. And yeah, it's going to take some time to get the ball rolling. But if you stay true to your authentic self, if you remember your purpose and you're pushing forward, hi, Hubby. Oh, sorry, I'm catching up on the chat. Roblox Minecraft. Ooh, very nice. Minecraft looks like a lot of fun. I find it really relaxing, you know, like those short reels where people are telling stories and you see like the Roblox guy jumping around. I I find that relaxing to watch. I know it's considered probably brain rot. Hi, Alex. Hi, Mohammed. How are you doing? Oh, you like Minecraft too, David? That's awesome. Oh, Mavank, your neck has been hurting. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it sucks when you're in pain, right? But the good news is, pain, if you think about it, it's true. Not only does it happen in your body, but what causes the signal of pain is in your brain going down to that part of your body, right? So, fun fact, you can use hypnosis and deep relaxation techniques to help reduce the pain. If you're really, really good at it, I've heard some people can completely get rid of pain. I'm definitely not at that level, but if I stub my toe or something, I can take these nice deep kind of breaths to soothe my nervous system. Because, fun fact, when you're super calm, you cannot be, like, basically, it's so hard to describe, but basically, there's like almost like a door, right? When you have that pain door open, if you turn on this part of your relaxation brain, it's like shutting that door to the pain. It's all about receptors and how they fire. You hate brain rot? I know. I think brain rot in small doses, guys. You don't want to fully rot the old brain. I definitely agree with that. Sometimes I have to shut my phone off or like have an accountability partner. It's like, hey, if you still see me on my phone in 20 minutes, take it away from me. Because these things are designed to be addictive, guys. That's the fun fact, too. Reels, no, who was it? I was reading an article about the guy who invented the never-ending scroll. Remember back in the day how it used to be like pages? You go down a page and then you'd have to click on page 2 and then page 3 to go to the next page, right? That was almost like a little mental check-in of like, okay, I've read 3 pages, I've read 5 pages. And it gives you a cue. It's like, okay, I've read 10 pages, that's a lot. But with the endless scroll, there's no check-in, right? It's just like you're just going and going and going. And people can spend hours just scrolling, right? So apparently the guy who invented the endless scroll regrets doing so because he knows the impact it's had on people. Hi, Christian. You like and enjoy my hypnosis videos that help you to relax and chill out. Oh, that's lovely to hear. I'm really glad you like my hypnosis videos. I was actually thinking of doing like a really deep, relaxing hypnosis video, kind of like a sleepy time story thing. Would you guys like that? I want to make like a really long one, like an hour long, of just me yapping very quietly and gently. Oh, which city am I from? I'm from Toronto, Canada. Woo, go Canada. The Blue Jays just won their game yesterday, I think, is what I've heard. Oh, hi, Lorraine. Glad to see you back again. This is like, I love when people keep coming back. It's so exciting. It means that I'm doing something right, I think. Little blue bird. Very cute. So, yeah. If you find yourself comparing to others, especially like those beautiful ladies in the bikini bods or like the WWE guys, just remember, it's all fake. Or at least, you know, it's okay to have inspirations and say, hey, like I really would like to achieve this. But being gentle with yourself and saying, you know, I am always a work in progress and I'm happy the way I am now. And these are the things I'm going to do to make myself even more content with my life. David, you like the idea of me telling a sleep story? That's great to hear. Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, I've done like star themed ones where you're floating in space. I've done relaxing hypnosis where I think I did an underwater one where it's like you're slowly drifting down into an abyss. What else have I done? I've done a lot of different ones. Hi, Joe. I'm doing great today. I got my coffee. I got my great community I'm chatting with. It's a good day. Have I ever hypnotized my husband to do something? No. He doesn't like hypnosis, and I respect that. It's not for everybody. Helpy, do you know Joe or something? Or are you talking to me? So what do you guys do when you get ready in the morning? I feel like my routine is kind of a lot, but it helps me relax. It's like a little face massage you do, right? I often have like those tense jaw moments. Do you guys get that? I'm such a jaw clencher at night. Like I really do a number on my jaw. And I don't know how to stop that. I've tried everything. So I wear the sleep retainer. That's okay, David. Oh, are you trying to hypnotize me, Helpy? It's not gonna work. Always get consent before you hypnotize somebody. They're very important. Oops. Yeah, have you guys ever had that where you compared yourself to somebody online? Who was it and why? I feel like those, back in the day, those like finfluencer people, oh my gosh, that does a number on a teenager, okay? It was like a whole thing where it's like, oh, here's some tips to just starve yourself. It's really messed up. Hi, Benny. How are you doing? We're just getting ready in the morning. If you're new here, I am a Canadian psychotherapist. I do virtual sessions. You can check out my website at multitherapy.co. Okay, Helpy, that's all right. You take care now, all right? You gonna go get some pizza? That sounds fun. What's your favorite type of pizza? I like the pineapple, because I'm a heathen. Pineapple and pepperoni is ideal. And yeah, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes social media can be quite isolating too. You know, you could have like your whole family around and you're just like so focused on your phone that you kind of don't interact with them. Have you ever been there? Lorraine, you like the pizza, huh? Yeah, me too. Pizza's one of my favorite foods. But all-time favorite is popcorn. Movie theater popcorn is delicious. I actually have a whole setup. I buy like the kernels, and then I bought this thing called flavacol, which is the specific type of salt that they put on movie theater popcorn. You can get it on Amazon for about $11, like a huge thing that'll last you like years. And it's got that like nice orange yellowy color, and it's like super super fine salt, so it gets into all the cracks of the popcorn. So I'll like I'll put it on there. I'll put it on the cooking pan and then sprinkle the salt, very fine salt, and shake it up. Chef's kiss. If you guys are a fan of movie theater popcorn, buy the flavacol. I'm telling you. That's a life hack right there. Your dad's grandfather is 90, Helpy? Wow, that's exciting. My grandpa's birthday was recently too. I think he turned like 93. He's he's a real trooper. My grandpa, he was a pediatrician. Most of my family's in healthcare. We have a lot of doctors and nurses, all that fun stuff. So if I ever get sick, I'm solid, okay? Everybody knows how to take care of me. And then I cover the mental health part of it. Teamwork. You guys ever plan for the apocalypse? The zombie apocalypse? Fall of society? I feel like a lot of movies are about that these days, so that's something I've been thinking about quite a bit. You don't plan for the fall of society, David? That's good. You do, Healthy? Yeah. I think it's always good to have an emergency plan just in case. You know, I don't think you got to go overboard. You know, you see these, what do you call them? Doomsday preppers, where they got like a massive basement full of food and everything. Dinsdale Healthcare. Yeah, that could be a good name for it. We could start our own clinic, just have all the Dinsdales in there. Yeah, in a tank, exactly. Like some doomsday preppers take it like this whole other level. There was a great Netflix show. I think it was just called Doomsday Preppers or something like that. That was a great show. There was this guy who had like a big castle he had built for the day of the apocalypse, whenever that might be. And then his kids, he invited all of his kids there, and he's like, I gotta decide who gets the castle when I die. So you guys are gonna, so funny. You're gonna compete in like a kind of Hunger Games tournament to show me who could survive the best in the apocalypse. And whoever wins gets the castle. It was so ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Check it out, guys. It was great. No, if I had to like if something crazy happened, I think my plan would be just to run up north. Pack up my bags real quick. I kind of know where everything is in my house, so really quickly pack up, take my car and drive north because Canada, it goes on forever. You could drive north for like I don't know how long. Probably like 20 hours and then finally hit like the ocean. You can just keep going and going and going. To drive across Canada, let me look that up. How long to drive across Canada? Enter. Like, people don't realize how big Canada is. Gigantic. Especially from the other side of the world, you don't think about it. When I drive to my siblings' place, it takes like 8 hours. And that's from Toronto to Montreal. So it's not even like... that's just a province over. Okay. If you kept going non-stop, it says 4 days straight with no stops. That's crazy. Wow. A leisurely trip would probably take 2 to 3 weeks. 4 to 6 hours a day. That sounds nice. Maybe I'll do that for a vacation. What do you guys think? Do you want me to live stream a channel trip across Canada for 2 to 3 weeks? Would you watch that? Christian, your grandma's 99 in the next year. If she will reach 100, there will be a party. Well, that's motivation to keep it going, eh? I hope she reaches 100. That would be really exciting. Helpy, you gotta go in 30 minutes? All right. Yeah, if you feel bored too, you don't have to stay. It's all right. Again, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm here for the people who are also a cup of tea, right? Yeah. Lorraine, that's a lot of driving. Road trip. You guys want to go on a road trip with me? That'd be fun. I'm actually going on a trip to Tobermory, so I'll do a little clips there too. Tobermory is up north. It's about 8 hours north from Toronto. We're going to see all the cool rocks and the hikes. And there's this beautiful place called the Flower Pot. Canada's so whimsical. There's a place called the Flower Pot that I really want to see. Hi, cat. Meow, meow, meow. Have I traveled outside of Canada? I have. Yeah, I'm a big travel bug. I've been to Chicago on a road trip with my Scottish friend. I've been to Boston with my dad. I've lived in England for a year with my family. We hung out there. Meow, 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 meow. We lived in England for a year when I was like 6. We actually swapped houses with this other family. So they lived in our house and we lived in their house. And then my dad switched jobs with him because they were both teachers. So yeah, that was interesting. It was a great experience. We lived in Swindon, England, and my youngest sibling got an accent, but my friend said, you're gonna come back with an accent, and I said, I'm not going to. So then I like actively try not to get an accent, which I kind of regret. I mean, I wouldn't have kept the accent anyways, but it would have been good to know how to do a British accent. I don't think I can do a British accent. No, not very well. I sound like Mrs. Doubtfire. You want a cup of tea, darling? Oh, you're going to the doctor? Oh, I hope you feel better soon, Helpy. Is it because of your shoulder? Doctor Who. Yeah, who else watches Doctor Who? I like Doctor Who. I stopped watching after Peter Capalletti. Is that how you say his name? Love David Tennant. He's my favorite actor. He is so fun. Yeah, I feel like actually Doctor Who kind of inspires the way I approach therapy. And this is why I say like I like to put myself in other people's shoes. It's like if you want to feel like you're having a therapy session with Doctor Who, just come join me because that's the approach I take. Doctor Who's all about he's a traveler. He likes to visit all sorts of different cultures and understand them and be gentle and kind and curious. Capaldi, yes, Capaldi, that's how it's pronounced. Thank you, David. Lorraine, you've got your sugar and you've got your cream and sugar now. Sugar. Sugar. I know. Oh, Kat, do you watch Doctor Who? Do you get the references? Yeah. Oi, governor. Top of the morning. That's the Cockney accent. Top of the morning, governor. Oh my gosh, I gotta stop doing accents. Oh, no, no, no. All right, let's focus. Okay. Now that we're kind of coming up to the end, usually the mornings I do like half an hour to an hour. So if you guys are new here, I like to try to do live sessions at 9 a.m. on weekdays in the morning with therapist Joe in the morning. Join my channel in the morning. Meow. Gravity Falls. Yep, Gravity Falls is quite cool. And yes, David Tennant is very tall. Yeah, so if you're struggling with social media, make sure that you set your intentions for the day in the beginning. If you have to, get one of those apps that like stop yourself from scrolling after a while, you know, like Instagram, set it for an hour. Most phones come with them now. If you like Google how to set like a limit on an app, I know sometimes we self-sabotage and like just switch to a different app, but give yourself some grace. It takes time to change like these big habits, especially when they're designed to be addicting. So be gentle and just remember like why you're doing it, right? It's like I'm doing it because I want to spend more time with my family, or I'm doing it because I want to get better at my hobby and I've just been wasting my time on the brain rot Minecraft jumping videos, which I do enjoy, but a limit, right? Yeah, Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls was a trip. I feel like most of the show I found boring, but the ending was incredible. Bill Cipher is a whole vibe. Christian says Canada must be beautiful. Never went over the ocean. Oh, you live in Germany. Hey, Christian, that's very cool. Should I come visit? I've never been to Germany. That's one of the few places. When I lived in England, we traveled around a lot, but I did not go to Germany. Yeah, Christian, if you want to try, hypnosis can be helpful for losing the flight phobia. Basically, it's using like exposure therapy in a really safe space. You'd create like a fear exposure ladder. I just did a video on this actually, if you want to check it out. Is the fear exposure ladder, which goes from the smallest fear you have about flying to like the worst case situation. And then you imagine it in hypnosis so you feel calm and safe and like you are able to accept, I guess, the risks, right? Because it's like if I want to travel somewhere but there's a very small chance of a risk of something happening to me, it's like you have to weigh it out. It's like, do I want to accept the small risk and, you know, live my life to the fullest, or am I okay just staying the way it is because I don't want to take that risk? And there's no right or wrong answer here, right? It's just all about doing what you think is living your life to the fullest, right? If you're putting limits on yourself, sometimes it's good to check in with yourself and say, hey, maybe I want to push through these limits. You haven't watched Gravity Falls in ages? Yeah, me neither. That came out a long time ago. I think I watched it during the pandemic, like the very beginning of the pandy. Yeah. And also there's kind of ways to curate what you're looking at as well. So if you find like you've fallen into the trap of just, oh, thank you, Lorraine. I appreciate that. If you're falling into the trap of, your feed, your reels, the videos that you're watching are all just like quote unquote brain rot, where it's just like you're learning nothing from it. It's not really, you're not getting anything out of it. It's okay to like start to unsubscribe from these things and subscribe to things that are more towards your values, right? So I started to subscribe to a lot of like science channels and stuff because, yeah, for some reason my feed just became all like reality TV show stuff. And that's great every once in a while, but I don't want that to be like my go to. I'd rather like pick up facts along the way just because I find it's interesting and then, I could talk about it here, right? It's always fun to share little things that you learn along the way. Mr. Moon, I love your name. Did you know there's a Mr. Moon not panda koala in Sing the movie? Mr. Buster Moon. What do you think the absolute of reality is? We are non-absolute beings. We cannot sustain ourselves. The absolute is either absolute something, a god, or absolute nothing, absolute non-existence. Ooh, we're getting into some philosophy here, aren't we? Well, let me tell you, I'm definitely not a philosophy major. Genuine, I swear to God. Yeah. David, do you know that the tallest kangaroo recorded is 7'11"? I did not know that, but I love that fact. That's great. That made me laugh. Yeah, no, when it comes to philosophy, I think it's really interesting, right? Because we don't know, and people love to think that they know, right? Everybody's got a theory about what happens after we die, what the universe looks like, what we're doing here, what our purpose is, right? And I am not the kind of person to say this exact thing is right or wrong because we don't know. Nobody knows. We're starting to figure out at least more about the universe, which is fun. Did you guys hear that the universe is slowly expanding faster? Or eventually just gonna rip apart eventually? Because there's... That's fun. But be careful out there, guys, because with these like AI voice clones and stuff, I've seen so many voice clones of, what's his name? Neil deGrasse. They're everywhere, so be really careful, guys, where you're getting your info from. Yeah, kangaroos are super buff. They scare me. I don't know if I'd ever want to like come face to face with a giant kangaroo. Matt, if turbulence is part of the... I'm so glad you made it Frank, or Matt Frank. I know you sent me a message on Instagram. It was nice to hear from you. If turbulence is part of the fear, someone explained that it's like being stuck in jello. You bump around, but you won't fall or crash. Oh, yeah. I hear you, Matt. You're talking about like the fear of flying? That's true. I know. It's hard to like imagine it if you haven't been on a plane before, but actually traveling by plane is the safest form of transportation. That's the reality. Because there's so many rules and regulations, right? Like if you think about cars, just like you can get your license, anyone can drive around, but it takes years and years to become a pilot. They're all controlled by these like air traffic controllers and everything. So yeah, there's a lot of evidence to kind of back you up if you're having those fears. And sometimes doing that research about how they keep you safe can be very comforting. Yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think we're brains in a vat, or do you think this is all a dream? Do you think we are, actually just being alien food and the aliens will come get us eventually? There's a kangaroo that people nickname Arnold Schwarzenegger. I had no idea. That's exciting. Okay. final touches, and then I'm gonna head out, guys. Oh, I don't know if you saw my video, but I do have memberships now, but don't feel any pressure to join. I really, I was so excited to see that somebody signed up, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know I still had that. Because I stopped YouTube for a while and then came back. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's still an option. People can still sign up for memberships. So thank you, Mark. I don't know if Mark's in here today or if he's going to watch this, but he's my one membership guy and I appreciate you. But yeah, no pressure, guys. I have my own job. This is just more of like a fun community thing that I do for fun. And also to find clients for my therapy session and just, yeah, to talk to people. It's great to get to know everybody. I am a therapist, Tico. How are you doing? I'm a Canadian virtual therapist. So if you're in Canada, feel free to book a session. I am a licensed one, yeah. So I am currently a qualifying registered psychotherapist with the College of Registered Psychotherapists of Ontario. So that's a lot of schoolwork to be done to get that. What did the plant do? Helpy, what did the plant do? I just don't know. Yeah, I typically work on relationship issues, stress management, anxiety, depression. So, and it's everybody in Canada, excluding Quebec. I always feel bad about excluding Quebec, but they have different rules and regulations there. So maybe eventually I'll just bite the bullet and get the training done there too, because I feel bad. I don't want to exclude Quebec, okay? Quebec, you're still part of Canada. We love you. No. Have I read The Anxiety Cure by Klaus Bernhardt? No, I haven't. Let me write that down. I love getting book recommendations, guys. So if you have any recommendations, I will write them down. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. The Anxiety. Did you like the book? Do you recommend it? By Klaus. All right. Helpy, what are you talking about, man? What plant? Oh my gosh. Why did it do that? What is your picture of? Is that a zebra? Oh no, is that from Five Nights with Freddy? Is that what that is? I'm trying so hard to see what your picture is. Tico. It's one I'm actually going through right now. Definitely learning new things. Okay. All right, guys. Maybe we can start a book club. Everybody can read The Anxiety Cure by Klaus B. Okay. I'll definitely check it out. Thank you for that. All right, guys. Well, I'm ready to go. I'm gonna do a few things before my first therapy session. Again, this has been Johanna Dinsdale from Multi-Therapy. If you want to check out my website, it's multitherapy.co. I'll just read, it is Five Nights at Freddy's. I knew it. That show freaks me out, man. Okay, Matt Frank, we need to rewire your anxious brain. Oh, another book recommendation. Oh my gosh, okay, I can't leave yet. Rewire your anxious brain. How to use the neuroscience of fear to end anxiety, panic, and worry in an anxiety group. It was really interesting. That sounds good. Okay. Good to know. I've written it down. Yeah, I hope you guys have a nice day too. Thanks for joining in, everybody. Lorraine, Tico, Helpy, David. It was lovely getting ready with you guys. And yep, tomorrow I will be here at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll check in then. Take care, everybody. Bye.